Hello students, welcome back to your computer science class. I am Mrs. Jenny Shah, and we were doing the chapter 10, string manipulation. We have completed the theory of the chapter. Uh, just do a quick recap today for y'all. Uh, Index of a string basically begins from 0, okay, and in the backward direction it starts from -1. Okay, so basically you have these indexes which show you the position of the alphabet in that string. Traversing a string is basically iterating, or you can say traveling through each and every alphabet of a string, or passing each and every alphabet of the string. So when you pass through each and every element of a string, one character at a time, it's called as traversing. Traversing is a very basic process that will be included in almost all of the Python programs, because traversing basically means visiting each and every character of the string, including the space or colons or quotes, whatever is in the string. You are visiting each and every character. So whenever we want to manipulate, or uh, whenever we want to manipulate a string, we need to visit each and every character so that we can testify and find out what those characters are and if they are applicable to us. Individual characters of a string are accessible through the unique index that we learnt about. That indexing helps us traverse a string. Example, name equals to super. So name is a string type variable and the value of that string is superb. For I in name, over here the alphabet I is the for loop variable, and in name, that means I will take values from the string name. So the first time it will be S, second time the loop will run, it will be U, third time will be P, then E, then R, and then B, and then it will stop. Okay. Normally, up till now, in the for loop, we used to provide with a range. And that range would tell us how many times the for loop will run. Over here, we are not providing any range. And so as many characters that string has, that many times the loop is running. Print I, that means for I in name. So the first time I is going to be S. It goes inside the loop and we are printing the word S. After S, what are we printing in that line? A hash, a small hyphen. Then we are ending that line with a space. That means that the next print function, the next time print is encountered, printing will continue on the same line. It will not print on the next line. Can you guess what will be the output of this piece of code? Can you write it down in your notebook and give yourself a pat on the back if you're correct, or give yourself a big shake if you're wrong? Come on, write down what do you think will be the output of such a piece of code. So this loop will traverse through the string called name, character by character. So this is called traversing. We're going to traverse through the string character by character. And the code will print the words superb. And even the word B will come with a hyphen, because that is what we are printing. We are printing a pattern. We are printing the variable and a hyphen. Then we learned about some basic string operators. The two basic operators that we had learned were concatenation and replication. String concatenation operator is plus, okay, and it creates a new string by joining two operand strings. So if I already have the word P inside a string and I say plus pot, the word will become teapot without any space between it. Okay. So 1 plus 1 will result into 11. Pay attention to these examples. These comes in the exam. They are tricky questions. 1 plus 1 becomes 11 over here and not 2. But if the same question is asked and 1 does not have any quotes around them, over here, pay attention, the number 1 has quotes around them. So if 1 does not have quotes around them, it will become 2. Next one, A plus O. Quotes over here indicate that these are strings, and so the result comes together. It comes as AO. 1, 2, 3 plus ABC comes as 1, 2, 3 plus ABC. But if the word 1, 2, 3 was actually 123, it was an integer value, there were no quotes around it, then it would give you an error because you cannot add an integer and a string. The plus operator has to have both operands. Operands are what is before the operator and after the operator. Remember, a plus operator right now that we are using is a binary operator. Binary operator meaning it requires two operands. Some operators are unary operators, so they require only one operand. But this is binary operator, so it needs two operands. Two operands means it needs two things. Before the operator and after the operator is the operands. So the plus operator has to have both operands of the same type. Either they both have to be integer or they both have to be string. You can't have one string and one number. You can't have one integer and one string. That will give you an error. Okay, clear? The next operator is the replication operator. The multiplication operator performs replication rather than the multiplication in strings. For replication operator, Python creates a new string that is a number of repetition of the input string. So 3 into go gives us go, go, go. Now again, this is a binary operator. That means it requires two operands. One operand before the operator, one operand after the operator. The operator has to have either both operands of number type. That means multiplication. 3 into 2, 4 into 5, etc. Or you can have one string and one number. But this means replication. It does not mean multiplication. It cannot work with two operands both being string type. It cannot work with two strings. Okay. Now, how is the multiplication operator work? How does the multiplication operator work in Python? Now, if both the operands are of number type, then the operation performed by asterisk is that of multiplication. So 9 into 9 will give us 18. But if one of them is string and the other one is number, then it does replication. That means it repeats it and it generates a new string. So hash into 3 gives us hash, hash, hash. Similarly, if it's in the other order, if the first one is number and the second one is string, still, because one of them is string and the other one is number, it is going to give you replication. Now remember, multiplication or the asterisk sign or the replication operator, the multiplication operator, whatever you refer to it as, it will not work if both the operands are string. Okay. Then we learned about the membership operators, in and not in. There are two membership operators, in or not in. Membership operators require both the operands used with them are of string type. That means in the membership operator, you need both the operands, that is before in and after in, both the variables have to be of string type. So it's like question. A in cap, B in cap, B not in cap, A not in cap. Example, 12 in XYZ. Over here, the number 12 is a string because it is in quotes. Then we learnt about the comparison operators, the relational operators. So these are the standard relational operators of Python. Okay, and they apply to all the strings, that is more than, less than, more than, equal to, less than, equal to, or not equal to. Now, important, capital A not equal to A is true because capital A and small a does not have the same ordinal values. For comparison, okay, these string characters are compared on the basis of their ordinal values. So these are the ordinal values. Each and every character has a different ordinal values. So 0 to 9 we have 48 to 57. Then A to Z we have 65 to 90. And again small a to Z we have 97 to 122. Now, small a is smaller than capital A will give us small. It will give us false because small a's ordinal value is 97. Big A's ordinal value is 65. How do you find out the ordinal value of all the characters? In case you are not able to by heart this particular table, then how will you find out? We have a built-in function called ORD, and this takes a single character as its parameter. It takes a single character as its argument. And what does it return? It returns the ordinal Unicode value. Okay, so according to me, this table has to be by heart for you all, because you will be, if at all computer science is your uh, stream of interest, it is your subject of interest where you plan a little future into it, then this table has to be by heart, and it is a very easy table to remember. Okay, in case you can't, then how do you get the Unicode values? Is basically by writing ORD, and in bracket you write a capital A in the inverted commas. Remember, it has to be a string. Then it gives you the number 65. Similarly, if I take the inbuilt function CHR, that is character, and in the bracket I put an integer, it gives me the character for which that ordinal value is of that number. So the opposite of ordinal function is character function. The CHR function takes the ordinal value in the integer form and it returns the character corresponding to that particular ordinal value. Okay, so this much we had done last class, and besides this we had done slicing. Okay, so today we will do the first, we'll open the textbooks and we will do it from the textbooks now. Okay, okay. Now in your textbooks, uh, in my book it is on page 335. Whatever textbook number, if you all have a last year's textbook, you all will be having a different page number. Okay, so we did the superb example that is on page number 336. We have already done that. Now I will show you the program 10.1, which is to read a string and display it in the reverse order. And you have to display one character per line, and you do not need to create a new reverse string. Remember, you are not going to create a new reverse string. You will just take the existing string and you're going to display it in the reverse order. Okay. Okay, right here. So this is your program that you have. I'll just increase the size. Yeah, now we all can see a little better. So string 1 is equal to input enter a string. We are taking a string from the user. We are saving it in the variable string 1. Then we are printing the string 1 in reverse order is, and then we are using this end equals to slash so that we print it in the same line over here. Next, we are taking the inbuilt function called length. Okay, and we are taking the length of the string. We are calculating because we don't know how many characters the string is because we're taking it from the user. It is not predefined. If I had predefined, then I would know the length of the string. If I had kept the string value as sun, then the length of the string would be 3. I would know it. But just because I don't know what the user may enter in, I am using the length function len to determine the length of the string and save that number in the word length. Now, for a in range, I'm going to start from -1. So over here, we are dealing with one. Over here, basically, we are dealing with a backward indexing because we don't want a new string. We want the existing string in the reverse order. So we don't want to create a new string and save the reverse string inside it. We want the existing string in the reverse order. I'm just trying to show you all how it would work. Oh, all right. So let's say the word I put in is okay. And now I'm saying this is the string which is entered. Okay, and then over here in the length, so let's say in the forward indexing, this is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. But when I will calculate the length, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the word length over here should have the number 8 in it. Okay, my length is going to be 8. Okay, now I'm saying for a in range, start from -1. This is going to be my -1. 2, 3, 5, -6, -7, -8. Okay, so I'm going to say start from -1, go till -8, -1. That means till where it will go? -8, -1. Tell me. Yes? And then we are saying go down 1. So it was basically -1 till -9, go down 1 step. So first it will print R, okay, go back, print E, go back, print. And if you remember this length part very well, it is going to stop over here. That means it will stop as soon as it reaches -9. It will not execute itself. It's going to stop. But if I had written only minus length over here, then the word C would not be printed. I will show this to you also. Have you understood this much? Have you understood this range function? Okay. Now coming here, what are we doing in print? In print, I'm saying string 1, that means this string, and in the box bracket, I'm giving the index value. And my index value is a variable. And this variable changes with the range. Okay, so the first time it is -1, then it's -2, then it's -3. So whenever it is string 1 in the place of A over here, let's say, is -1. So what is in the place of -1? R. What is in the place of -2? E. This is how it is going to pick up. Now let's run this and check it. Enter a string. Okay, now let's look at this variable explorer on the top. A is -8. Correct? I had shown you all this. And length is 8. A becomes -8 at the end. If you look at it while it is happening, it's going to be different. So suppose I change this to only minus length and I remove -1. Minus length is what? -8. And if you remember, C over here was on number 8. Now if I'm going to run it and I am putting the same words, okay? C is not printed. Over here C was printed, over here C is not printed. Now the value of A is -7. It doesn't reach -8. So remember, for the stop, we always had to put one more. Now if I'm going to run this, it reaches -8. Okay, have you understood this part? So whatever is there in that much area is visible. All right. Okay. Now we'll do the second one. Now if you look at your textbooks, look at the note in the pink box. Okay, these are important. And then the next part that we have to cover is string operators, that is the concatenation operator and the replication operator that we have. And I've shown you all examples of it today only. Okay. Then you have membership operators. Okay. So I'll show you all the other file now. Okay. The other file is this one, which is you have to read a string and display it in the given form. The form is on the same page 336 at the bottom. They have used the word try and they're going to print the word in front order and back order on the same line. So T and Y on the same line, R and R on the same line, and Y and T on the same line. So I'll just show you all what I have over here so you all will be able to understand. See this hello. So H and O, that means the first and the last on the same line. And how do we do this? Again, this remains the same up till here. This remains the same. Addition is I am taking one more index, I equals to 0. Okay. So in the previous one, we were using the back, we were using this A option to print in the backward manner. Now we are using the I option to print in the front manner. So we are using two indexing, back indexing and front indexing. And we are not making any new string for this. We are using the existing string only. So what I'm going to do is I'm saying print string 1 in the place of I and string 1 in the place of A in the same line with a tab in the middle. Leave a tabular space in the middle. Okay. And then I'm going to increase the value in my index value. I'm going to increase it by 1. It'll go again and it'll print. It'll go again and it'll print. Okay. Let's run this one and see. So over here also I'm going to put the word computer. So I have C and R in the same line, I think. Now we all can see it clearly. Okay. So this was PyCharm and the other one was Spider. Whichever one you all have chosen, you all can use it. And if you all are not comfortable, you all can still use Python ideally. But I would tell you all start becoming comfortable with these because these are more advanced softwares. You all will enjoy it more. With this, I end today's class. Next class, we will do 10.3 onwards. Okay. Till then, stay home, stay safe, take care, keep learning. Thank you.